Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. To those that are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you subscribe. To my regulars, thank you so much for being here. So today we are starting a new segment called Against All Odds. Now, so I have invited the first guest, Uboiti guys. So she's going to be telling her story of how she has made it in life. Yeah. So yeah, let us hear her story and welcome to the channel. Okay, so you'll tell us who is Boy T, where are you from, and then what are you currently doing?
Okay, my name is Boy T. Inebs. So
like just forget about the camera.
Okay.
Yes.
So Kibitumelo, I'm from Rustenburg. I am 21 years old. 27 actually.
No, it's fine.
And then I'm a professional nurse.
Mongazi, professional nurse, ne? So, Uboiti fell pregnant when she was 17 years old, and then she did not give up, as we would have expected. That falls pregnant in a 17, but also give up life in, and then angenzi into umntana wakhe and all that. But ke mamelani istori ba sihamba kanjani, ne? So, boy, do you fall pregnant when you are 17 years? You had just finished matric. Like, let's say you just found out that you are pregnant, ne? So let me just start by asking you, like, how was the family dynamics before the pregnancy?
Okay, first of all, I think like I grew up in a very strict family. We are Christians. I'm still very godly, organic Christian.
Yes.
We go back at home. I was raised by a single mother, so my mother raised us in church and all of that. So as cons, we literally go to church every Sunday, every service that's there. We go to church, and that's pretty much it. I think that's the dynamics. I don't know my dad. I grew up without my dad. My mother, as black people, we're very conservative. If mama corner, then
don't ask any questions.
Yeah, what more do you want? I'm here.
Like,
so that's pretty much our family. It's me. I'm the oldest one, and then there's my sister coming after me, and then my younger brother.
Okay. So Kenny, you are the firstborn, ne? So I would take it as if firstborn uthathwa njenge-pride. I've raised these kids as a single parent. So would you say umama wakho ibenala pride ngani?
It's very much true, because Tina, obviously my mom was very strict. So as a scholar, we'd make sure that we were very, I wouldn't say A student, but we were good kids, getting good grades. Even as a location or whatever, they knew, but there are those people that we don't go at night. Mom was very strict. So we were very competitive kids. Me and my sister were very competitive. So at school, when we were those kids no, we're doing good. So my mom was very proud about us. So me falling pregnant at 17,
I'm sure umntana uzoya evarsity, and then uzaba yinto apha elifini, and thereafter kuzaba umtshato. Those expectations yoba uzofunda and then uzotshata, and only after etshatile then she'll have kids. Now you fall pregnant, and then what happens?
My mother's very disappointed. I think disappointment is not even a word. She was angry, she was frustrated, she was all these emotions that any parent would get once umntana would be pregnant. So yeah, man, she did not accept it. She did not take it well. Obviously, like I said, it was as hectic it was for her. I think she took it cool, because she was thinking, umntana, it's the end of it. I was there bragging about umntana making it. I was there bragging that my kids have made it. They're good kids. I raised them well, and this happens. So it was more like a disgrace, because younger land that she was building towards I'm gonna make sure that my kids don't end up like me. I think it's one of the reasons why she acted the way she acted, because she felt like I got kids. I didn't finish school. I didn't go far in life. Then my kids start doing this, yeah. But so it was more like she felt like she was probably a failure because
now
you're doing the same thing that I thought you were not gonna do. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was angry. She was not okay, and then she took me, like I said, my son so important because I mean. Okay. We're not gonna have this in my house.
Hectic. Okay. So abortion and
then we find out that I'm 6 months pregnant.
Wow.
Then you can't abort.
You're far with pregnancy. You can almost abort if you are like 3 months and less. So now you're 6 months. This is like a whole human being.
Yeah, obviously. So and then after that, my mother was angry. She was very angry. She came back and she started beating me.
Betumdo or pregnant?
She was angry. She was very angry. So
yeah.
I mean, my cousins were there. They tried. But I think it was a trigger for her. Honestly, it was. I don't blame her. And out of all love, I think it was just that we don't take things the same way.
Yeah.
And like, when you are as a parent and you're trying to tell a kid, but don't go through the same mistakes that I have done. And by all means, I'm trying to show you that the same thing that happened to me, I don't want it happening to you. So if that happened to you, then you just feel like I failed as a parent. I failed. I tried.
So, would you say it was like a bit kupela that frustration and then you're not thinking into but now you are pregnant. Like obviously, she can't be to that.
She needs at this point it was supposed, but she's coming and she's being a supportive about it, but she never did because she was stuck in that thing about you're gonna literally end up like me. Most about Zali, they would be so frustrated and be like, the same mistakes that I did, you are gonna do it. You're probably gonna have 3 or 4 different kids with different fathers, like the petty and so
and then
just
now you won't do anything in life and all that.
How are you gonna raise this kid? Who's gonna help you? It's about dependent on this person. Without in life,
what will become of you?
And I think also the fear is to say, but that they expect about you're gonna help me. You're not gonna be able to help me because that's the expectations about you.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's it. So now you are pregnant for 9 months. So 9 months, Mama is not accepting of your pregnancy, ne? And then you give birth. And then we would expect as a band about okay, umzali will be angry for the time being that you're pregnant, but as soon as you give birth, then abe right because ubonumtana is like, okay, this is my grandchild now. I don't have any other choice but to accept it. So what happened?
I gave birth, came back home. My mother was not so accepting of the child at all. I think we don't. I just like I said. I feel like having I think my mother had or has a mental issue. I would probably say maybe depression or bipolar, but I would rather base it more on the bipolar side because of how strict she was and how. She would probably, when we grew up, she would lock herself in the room. She would be depressed, and then one moment she's back, So if you have now looking back at it from when it happened and now, and obviously being a professional, I feel like my mother has bipolar because at that point she can't now flip and say, okay, here's the baby. Let me be supportive. Let me be happy. She's still stuck in that mode to say, I wish this could have happened. And funny, this is bad. This is getting emotionally plans. Whatever I had thought would happen. She was probably reliving as at the time that she was pregnant. But we don't realize but it's not the same. As much as it looks the same, in the sense of I had finished matric and she probably had kids as a school and she didn't finish matric. So also for her, she could have looked at it in that way to say, first of all, and I still not continue matric. But maybe she was stuck in that thing about
pregnant and then that is it.
That is it. She's reliving her own pain.
Through
na
when-
yabo.
Okay.
So at that point when I'm pregnant, she's probably thinking, oh, when I was pregnant, the baby daddy at the time, her baby daddy was not so supportive. So as our fears as I can on back, I'm reliving it. It's happening again. That I didn't want to happen. And now it's what we call it post-traumatic. Post-traumatic, you will hit something, but the minute something that looks similar than what you had. Exactly. Yeah,
so that was what was happening with her. Okay. So if you can in Orlando go now that I've got this child, like itini plan moving forward. Do I start applying? Who's gonna look after the child? Because as you were saying, your mom was not accepting of your child, like bengamfuni at all. So figure and even
I think I've always wanted to better my life, or rather I've always wanted to do something with my life, or rather earn a salary. So I did apply, but at the time the baby daddy was very supportive. Anything that I wanted, he was very supportive. Be it apply, the teen and the basar, he was just always supportive at that time. So it was easier for me to then say, okay, my mother's not accepting of the child. Let me rather take umdana to the father's side, because baby dad at the time was very supportive. Yeah.
Okay.
So
umdana ko wayohlala to your boyfriend's side of the family, and then you got the chance now to apply. Ne? So uyahamba ke ngoku uzawuya esikolweni. Do you tell your mom ndoba ndiyahamba ke ngoku ndiye esikolweni and then umntanam ndimse kulo tata? As you know, most us as Africans, if I can say, we've got a culture to say if you're not married to that family, awukwazi uthatha abantwana ubase phaya. But it also depends, like house to house. Means don't have a problem with umntana oya kulo tata ke, even if you're not married to that family, it's okay. So with you, what were the dynamics there?
Honestly, my mother was not okay. I think, like I said, I was generally, my mother was very strict, so I was very scared of her. And I'm deciding to go to school. I knew that it was a bold move, and I knew that obviously she might approve, she might not approve. Obviously, again, like I said, she beat me, and she was very abusive in a way. So obviously, verbally, I didn't want also to hear the words yoba anyway those kind of words. And I feel like that's why I told her a day before I decided to go to varsity, because I was like, anyway, And then she was not happy. She was really not happy about me leaving, taking umdana first of all, because she was not I think it came as a shock also when I told her. She was very shocked about it, but at the same time, she was kind of relieved, because anyway, but she was not happy at all. She was not agreeing to it,
So now okay. So we am that I am leaving tomorrow. That is you going to PE, relocating from Joburg, if I can say, to PE. I mean, that is a big move. Ne? Ushiya umdana, like at your boyfriend's side of the family, and then how is she receiving the news? It's like short notice, bandiyahamba.
I don't think I at that time when it was happening, I don't think I cared about what she was gonna say. She was not happy. She was showing tantrums. She was just not happy initially. But I was like, yahamba, and I called those to change my mind. And as much as it looks bad to take umdana to a boyfriend, I did not choice, because you've showed me that I can't be ready to accept my kid.
But you did what was best for your child at that time.
And I did what I think was right for him as well, because I don't want to be thinking that so I did what was best for me at the time, and what was best for me and my child at the time. So I didn't really care about. I'm sure she was frustrated. I'm sure she was. She felt betrayed. But how could you choose if everybody?
But at the same time, she knows now deep down, but phone.
Yeah.
So
it was a hard decision, I have to say, but I don't regret it, and I think it's still the best decision that I could have taken, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm even now. So
yeah, all is good, and then you're also pushing in life. Yeah, even a professional nurse as we speak, guys, a professional nurse. So une salary, like she can now take care of her child. I mean, there is that ebengakwazi umenzela at that time. So ufike e-PE, uhlale apha ufunde, and then kwenzeka ntoni ke ngoku ngomama? Like, are you keeping in contact? Uyaxola okanye kwenzeka ntoni?
No. I think it took a sharp curve, honestly. Sure, it took a sharp curve. Because a year after I left, that same year, because I phoned 2016, end of 2016, my mom decided to leave home. So I was staying in a family home. Obviously, it was my grandmother's house. So that's Lalapa. At that time, at that time, she was the only person living. My sister was in boarding school, and then brother was staying with my aunt. So then she left. I don't think Natesa noticed that because until I came the following year, because I didn't come home last December.
Okay.
Then I went home the following year, 2017. I think March. Can't figure.
Akho maziyo efamilini.
Abantu abamazi bavele bathi uvela wahamba nje. Wathatha ibhegi zakhe wahamba, and that was it.
And they don't know where she is. Like, she just decided to pack her things up.
Sahamba sayi police station, we opened up a case. Missing person, because
Akaziyo uba uphi.
Exactly.
Sometimes all this is happening just because you fell pregnant. Like, before you got pregnant, like you smooth, you were a family, you go right.
Yeah.
So it trigger Gamamako was just a pregnancy.
Yeah.
And then it just drove her away.
Exactly.
Wahamba, and then ufunde ke ngokwe PE, and then now we are kali comserve. Just like any other child, I feel like uzo graduate. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get to graduate.
Tina, we did.
Tina, you did. Okay, you got a chance to walk down the stage.
Oh God.
Okay, nice. Sitting on the COVID, we didn't get the chance to walk down the stage. Okay, it's fine. So now that's the uzo graduate. That is supposed to be the happiest day of your life. Ne? Uzo greta, and then you'll start working. I'm sure even if it's just 100 rands that you'll spend with umama kuhlale naye phansi, I mean, londo bunoyifuna ne. Now umama akekho, and then akabikho na kwi graduation. Like, how did you feel? Kunjani?
I don't know. I think low key, I don't think being a firstborn teaches you about funeko be stronger than anyone else. My aunts were here, Shem. My aunts were here, at least. Two of my aunts were here. So now, but I think they felt about no, but let's us come so that
she doesn't feel family.
So my aunts were here, so yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right. But you know what the dynamics of families
too.
About auntie bethu intentions if ever is good, but
akuzofana.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It will never be the same as when it is umzali wakho.
Yeah. It would have been nice, but if ever she was around, it would have. But I don't know.
That's why we graduate today.
I don't know.
You pushed against all odds. That's why ndithathe wena. Firstly, uba mawuzoba la kube guest yethu, ne? Umntu would have just given up. Ukubone acinga into yoba my mom was fine. We were a family, right? Now all of a sudden, because I fell pregnant, yamtriggerisha, now uhambile umama akekho, and ebezoyithatha lanto ibe si-strain kuye ne imenze into yoba angabi nanto ezampusha uyabona to move forward, ahlale as-blame uyabo. But you decided to push on that, as you are still pushing up to this day, ne? And then now you're living with your brother. You took your little brother. He's with you. Usebenzile. That's all I can say. And you're still going strong. So what would you like to say, Mandicho, to someone who's watching, who's having a similar story kwesi sakho, ne? Othi asihlangani kahle nomama. Even if it's not about the pregnancy, but othi izinto between na nomama azihlangani. Like, what would you just say to them?
Hey guys. Guys, abazali, they're human beings. I think having space so understand. As far as ngabantu, a generation yethu ngoku neyabo, it's not the same. About Tina sakhulisa the way they tried what they could have tried. Nabo ngendlela bakhuliswe ngayo, it's not the same. Most of the time, I think if we can give the same grace that we would like Tina sifumane, the grace that you would want someone else ba abe considerate, the same grace that we give our parents, because out of all of that they're doing it out of love. Out of all of whatever they're doing, it teaching Zabo, trying to be so hard, it's because they're trying to protect us. So we should give them the same grace to say they are trying. I forgive my mother. I love my mother. Literally, I do love her. I don't hold what happened against her. When she comes back and when she's ready to come back, we are more than welcome to have this conversation and let it pass and see what happens. If forgiveness, that Tina, we struggle with it because it's so hard. I mean, you don't imagine this happening to your own parent, But like I'm saying, the same grace that God gives us when we have sinned, it's the same grace that we apply to other people that have wronged us, that have did us wrong. It's the same grace because we expect God, but I mean, we sin literally every day, but God still gives us grace and still forgives us. The same grace that God gives us, we should be able to give it to someone else, be it your parent, be it your family member. The same grace that God gives us, you give them that.
Oh, that's true. That was powerful because really, as well as Sicho, I think one thing is Bambayo is that we don't forgive.
And take those things.
We really don't. We expect so much from other people, but Tina, we are not willing to do as Zindos expect.
And I feel like we are such a generation that says, there's a wrong, I'll move on next.
Yeah.
And people are not a swipe or indoors that same person that you're thinking, this
cancel culture if you do me wrong, then I'm going to cancel you and we move
as if abantu they're not people, as if they can easily be disposed or thrown away. We need to have la grace to forgive. But obviously we set boundaries, obviously we communicate and be like that's the phone, or we set boundaries, but people are not as disposable as we make them to be.
That's true.
We don't just cut people off so quick. So like I'm saying, the same grace that God gives us, it's the same grace that we should give to other people.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Poiti. I hope this story is going to inspire someone somewhere out there. If you are watching and you feel like this was a story that touched you, you can just comment down below or just leave a like. So yeah, thank you so much, Poiti. Okay, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.